We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
All of your internet belong to us now.
And we are good.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday night, which means, as normal, you have a solid lack of Destiny podcast options. So you're here. We're here. We're all here. I am Man-at-Arms, still, because... And the sign says it behind me, so I got that going for me. I got nothing. I was not prepared. With me as always, Grindzilla himself, Grindhead Jim.
What's up, folks? How y'all feeling out there?
Our master of pushing buttons, Ryan. We have to come up with a screen name soon.
Yeah,
Because your gamer tag is weak.
it's racist as hell too.
Apparently. Indirectly.
Yeah, also created 20 years ago when the climate was way different.
Now I'm curious.
Touching... No, fuck off. Riveting story.
You're not really.
And returning to the stage. Coming to the stage. No, sorry.
Are you going to really make me pose for this long?
You know her, you love her. You should, if you're not. If you don't know her, you're fucking doing it wrong. KaraLee, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
I want on record that I didn't make the stripper reference this week.
Yeah.
Wait, what stripper?
Actually, you did, because I just insinuated it and you've outright pointed it out, so you fell into my trap.
I totally missed it.
He's like, coming right down to the stage. He pulled the stripper DJ
Oh,
move.
that wasn't like... You know what? That could have been anything. That's not, like, specific.
No, it's
It's a trap.
It's a thing. It is severely a thing here. We had a real deep dive one night on strip clubs.
I mean,
I've been to one.
I'm not even gonna say it.
All right.
Sarah, you've done a lot more since the last time you were here. Like,
So-
you have your fingers in lots of pies.
So, since Kara was here last time and she had a friend with her, she didn't bring a friend this time, so we brought one. But
Right.
for him, and for everybody who didn't catch you last time, how about a really quick, like, what did you do, and then what have you added on? What's the KaraLee story in under 5 minutes?
Under 5? Okay, yeah, I could do under 5. I thought, like, quick, like 10 seconds. I'm like, oh, God. Like, I need at least a minute. Okay.
And that's your time.
Okay, so originally you guys, I think, had brought me on because we had just created our, the subreddit Destiny Creations. And that was kind of, and the other person that was with me was the person who actually went and, created it. So my co-creator, I suppose. But yeah, so I'm still doing Zerwatch and co-owner of whereiszer.com and co-host for Zerwatch with David Bennett. Really, really fun and exciting. We have some really cool stuff coming up, so y'all just make sure you tune into that. I don't really stream very much, like personally. I started a new job in civil engineering. I was doing civil engineering before, but was miserable, and this one is a lot better. I think I'm in the honeymoon period. I'm hoping that this feeling lasts forever, because I'm really excited. I also started a position as Audio Trip, which is a virtual reality game, like rhythm game, and I'm their community manager, and so I'm doing like community management, like Discord management, social media, creating content, live content also for them. I shitpost a lot on Twitter.
Not at all. These are lies.
Oh my lord. And yeah, that's me, I guess.
I have your alerts turned off, just for the record.
Wait, like you have them muted or just...
You know how you can hit the bell and it's like get alerted every time someone tweets. I'm like, nah, turn that. That's like following me. I will kill your phone. Don't do that. Don't do
like
that.
Exactly.
Do people,
Like...
but the question is, like, do people actually do that? Because I I started dating somebody, right? And so I'm not dating him anymore. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna be the supportive person, and I turned the little bell on, and not only did I get like his tweets, I also got like his replies and like his retweets and all of that stuff, and I'm like turn that shit off. I'm like, that's too much for me.
It's
I wish
that's stalking. It's fine.
I wish it could just be tweets, like actual tweets, not retweets. That would be cool. Yeah, or comments.
But I will say that the notifications are really good. It's a kind of a secret weapon in upping your engagement. Because if you pick half a dozen to a dozen people that you want to interact with, because you can see the replies and the retweets, you can kind of click and go, okay, what is this? Because there's a lot of shit that Rick will reply to. I'm like, I don't want none of this. But sometimes I'm like, I'm in on this. And I'll just throw a GIF in there, because y'all know I speak in GIF.
I think, like, both of you, I just know that sometimes I'll post something and then you'll just like get into like a GIF conversation with somebody, and I'm like, dude, can you guys at least untag me so I stop getting notifications?
No,
absolutely not.
No.
You in for a penny, you in for a pound, baby. You about to take the ride.
You started it. No Twitter etiquette for us.
Oh my god. I mean, it's fun. It is really fun, but it depends on if I have a slow notification day or like a busy notification day.
I did that one time to log, not realizing, because he had gone to bed, and I got a DM like when he woke up many hours later, and he was like, I have 137 fucking notifications on my phone. What have you been doing?
Oh my god.
It's like, it was a gift for, man. You should have been there.
And at that point, if you have more than 20 notifications, it like says 20 plus, and then it shrinks them, and so you have to click show more, and it doesn't always show all of the notifications. Even when you click a show more, it doesn't show, like, because in like the past week or so, I've had a few of my tweets get very popular, and this is what I've noticed. I'm like, I'm missing a lot of these replies. So I'm like, I kind of feel bad, because I like at least, giving the heart to people who don't annoy me that reply.
You put the heart locker on, huh?
No, it's like an acknowledgement. Like, I see your comment, I don't know.
Okay, so let's talk about what we've done already because Kara was also part of the Guardians Mental Health Awareness event.
Yes.
She went on before us, which I was taunting her before she went on and made her very nervous.
It was fine. It was great. It actually went by really fast.
Yeah, that 2 hours is not enough time to really set in, like, you're like, oh, we're in and out.
No, I
Yeah.
could have kept going.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, like I don't really stream for myself anymore very much. And so usually when I do, I get to like an hour or 2 hours and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so bored, I need to stop. Or like I don't want to be this person in front of a camera. You know, I just want to like sit, relax, not have to perform or whatever. So yeah. But this, it was like 2 hours, it was done. I was like, oh, okay.
Just when you get warmed up, it's time to leave, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, because it was 5 of us, and we had just got a rhythm, we were on a roll, and it's like, okay, it's over.
So I think we could have cut in a little longer, but you know, we had Khan following us, so I don't think we could have stepped on his toes too much.
Yeah.
So walk us through what your 2 hours was like. How first of all, do you remember what your total was for what you raised during the
Oh, it was like $25 or something like that. I mean, it was not a lot. Like I think you guys had like you guys came fully prepared, right? Like with your different like incentive levels for people. I saw that like the day before, and I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't do any of that. Like I'm just here to show up and be supportive. Like, you know, like that's how out of the game I am, right? And so like I tweeted out a lot about it. Like I posted it in the various Discords, and like I think Khan donated like $10 or like $20, and then somebody else, you know, random donated like $5 or $10, and like I felt really bad. But
So the truth to those things is, though, during the day you don't have near as many eyes on you of people that are in a position to spend, or they want to make one big play, so they'll wait and they'll go right at the end before they go to bed. So, you know, a lot of times what you see is people that will sit in that stream all day long. They'll be there, they'll be engaging, they'll interact, they'll have fun with everybody, and it's not really a commentary on who's on. It's just we happen to have, I think we had the prime spot, really, in the sense of most people, and it wasn't us. You know, we didn't bring a lot. But
like I said, you guys were totally prepared, and I mean, like you were saying, I would have, if I was sitting there all day with all the preparation and incentives and different levels, I probably would have it. You know, just like with the Guardian Con stream last year, or this past time, I'm pretty sure how many people waited until it was Bungie's section, and then donated during Bungie section. And I mean, it wasn't a reflection on any of the other streamers. It was just you know, they have X amount of money that they can donate, and they wanted to, you know, get whatever those rewards were. So.
Right.
Rick, did you literally leave to go change shirts? Oh my god. You were...
Oh, I didn't even, like, so I noticed, like, you had the...
Absolutely.
Like, I just thought that you were cold and, like, went to go get a sweatshirt and came back.
I got a DM and it was like, that looks like a dad shirt. I'm like, hold on, I'll be right back. Fuck off.
Now I have to go back and see what it was.
I don't wear dad clothes.
I did really enjoy the fact that people paid money to see us frustrated and uncomfortable, and it worked out well for us. So
I mean, that's...
Here, use only sidearms, and by the way, you can't swear. Like, ooh!
I love sidearms.
Oh god, that was awful.
I don't know what they've done in Shadowkeep, but sidearms are actually kind of fun to use. Like, I was an auto delete of sidearms. Like, that was one of the things. Like, fuck it, I'm just no matter what. Now, like, I like my sidearms.
I've gotten an anonymous auto that was pretty good. It's got full auto and Zen moment on it, so it was passable. But then we got into the all snipers portion, and whoo mama, that was not fun for me.
That was awesome, actually. Jim deleted 2 guys in their super with a whisper. And it's on his channel. I think I clipped it. It is awesome.
I kept running into the issue where I'd get a shot on a guy and kill the first guy, tag a second guy but hit a body shot and not have any more ammo, and go, okay, I'm dead because I have 2 snipers and 2 fucking rounds and I'm done.
What I loved about it though was the fact that immediately I said, which 3 snipers do I want to use? And then Rick, I think, was the one that said, do I even have 3 snipers? Do I even have both? The animal...
And that's why my vault is like at 450 out of 500, because you never know when you're going to need whatever it is.
Mine just went down to 450. It was at 498 2 days ago.
And I thought I had a problem.
I'm full and my postmaster screaming at me, so...
Well, about 40 of those were early armor. It's from the beginning of Shadowkeep. Mm-hmm. I didn't really fully understand the stats and stuff. And then basically now, if the and you're fine. If the stat roll isn't 55 or better, it goes. I'm done. Bye. See it.
There are things that are more than that are higher than like 53.
You just broke her brain, Jim.
All of my stuff, like the good ones, are like 51, like 50. Most of the good ones I get are 50 and 51. I'll occasionally get like the 54, but like most of the time it's really unbalanced, you know, and typically unbalanced with recovery being like 2 or 3, and I'm like, I'm a hunter. Come on, that's no. So.
Well, that's why I was in the first slot, like on my block, it's a split down the middle between melee and resilience, and then on the hunter it's straight resilience right down the whole thing, you know, because hunter's squishy, hello. Yeah. But then Titan, it's all melee, all day long.
Yeah. And see, this is where you guys lose me, because I like realized this past weekend. Like, I do engineering all day. I don't want to like come home and have to do more math. Like,
I get it.
Like, I just want to come home and go pew pew pew, right? You know, like, is that
the thing
so
is,
much?
I haven't gone that deep with it though. I haven't gone quite that deep. Where for me it boils down to, I want the affinity I want for the mods I want in each slot, and then everything else is just, I go off of what I want to have happen, and whatever the balance ends up being on the other stats, I don't care. Don't go that deep into it. I'm probably not going to go that deep into it until like sometime next year, maybe, because you know they're going to change it at some point. So I'm not super deep invested. I don't see it happening as far as me getting invested until they say this is the final form. Which, come on, in Destiny, nothing's ever its final form.
Right.
So it's whatever. Well, Boop, you're right. I don't need melee if I have the skull for it, but sometimes you kill trade with a shoulder charge, and I need the melee back quickly. You gotta think ahead on that stuff, man. I think ahead.
I don't even use skull for it anymore. I have a melee every, I think it's 37 seconds the way I have it built now. I'm like, that's if I don't kill anyone.
No.
Well, that's if you kill no one. That's if you stand there and eat popcorn.
Now, granted, now that I have Monte Carlo, I'm a bit more flexible. Because with Monte Carlo, especially in PvE, I'd be like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
wait, y'all are Titan mains, huh?
Especially in PvE.
No, those two are, not all of us.
Somebody unmuted something.
Yep. So.
I'm touching shit.
My wife wants the link because she knows I have to shave the beard off later.
Wait, what? Wait.
All right, let's go back to that, man. So, well, we got to thank some people too that are actually here. So one of our milestones was the bar was set really low. I don't know who made it, but
that was you, asshole.
I think it was rigged. Ryan has to shave off his beard live tonight. So we're gonna need somebody to clip that so I can send it back to the guys over at the Guardians MH, so they know we didn't welch on a bet. But anyway, we had a really good block. A lot of people were very generous while we were doing our idiocy. And I'm going to forget somebody, but right off the top of my head, Penn's Halo, Wicked, Screwball, Ian Moore, just thank you guys for the cash that you threw up for a good cause. And I'm emotional right now, so I'm gonna stop talking because I will crack. I will absolutely crack because it was just a beautiful thing to be a part of. But I mean, hats off. No, it was not fucking beautiful. I found out Rat King makes you invisible once you kill somebody and reload, though. I had no idea that gun did anything.
I didn't know that either.
Look at you. If you kill someone with the Rat King and then reload, you turn invisible. It doesn't matter what your class is. You're invisible Titan.
Why did you not tell me that?
I said that in game. I went, my gun makes me invisible. This is awesome.
I was
a hunter,
it
so
was specific enough.
What he said originally was, "Why am I invisible?"
Heard that. I
And then
that was
specifically.
the thing. Why am I invisible?
And then a few minutes later, he's like, "It's my gun. It's making me invisible." And then
I'm gonna have to play with that, and yeah, I'm gonna have to play with that.
The thing is, because if we'd all grabbed a Rat King out of the vault, we could have used it together because there's team properties for that.
That was a missed opportunity.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, it
Y'all
was.
too
We might
So
fucking
next time, we'll make that a low threshold so we're forced to do it. Make sure everyone has a Rat King ready to go.
We also have to thank Cole and Green for joining us because, truth be told, the people who showed up and drops big cash are from their communities.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's
And well, especially like the Hydra clan came out in force,
yeah.
which is Green's clan. I also looked up on Destiny Tracker today. Green completely fucked us in Elo.
Why?
Green's Elo was over 2,000 the beginning of that.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's like it's like quadruple, triple platinum or some bullshit.
So basically, what that means is she could have stuffed us all in her backpack and carried us through and been fine.
So I'm sure our matchmaking was not set for all of us who are in bronze in every single event. But it was a good time.
But that's what's weird. Like, for example, like in Iron Banner, I'm like way up there, but regular control, I'm not nowhere near as good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just like crutching on the whole power play mechanic. I don't know. I don't know. I just shoulder charge a lot and kill people and stuff. But there were many moments during the stream where you'd hear Rick would be like, "Jim, get him!" I'd already be dead. But like, no. It's a quick burst, bro. Like, it doesn't. I don't go on streaks.
Go, Jim, go. Oh, yeah,
I'm going already. There was one time, I think it was on the sniper map, and I had got a super, and Rick just kept jumping in front of me. Yeah, we collided twice. I'm like, get out of my way! You're like, how do I do that?
We were trying to jump over the same rock and like this. And I couldn't see him, so it was just like, why am I falling?
Oh, it was awful.
The derps were amazing.
Oh, it was derptacular, dude. It was a lot of fun, man.
Oh, I meant to ask about the hot sauce before we go back into the Destiny stuff, because I'll forget. Carrot, tell me about the hot sauce.
Oh my
Tell
lord.
everyone about the hot sauce.
So the hot sauce. Okay, so I just prefaced that the hot sauce is like currently on pause just because I've got so much other shit going on. But I'm still making little batches. Like I made a Halloween batch, and like I ended up staying in California for like a lot longer than I thought I was. So I never really got to do anything with it. But I've got so much. So I mean, if anybody wants, just let me know.
I'm down the street. I am literally down the street. I want
all you gotta do is pay shipping, or in your case, just gotta come get it. But
show up.
Yeah, show up. So
man.
Yeah. So I'm doing hot. But yeah, I was originally going to.
Would you like to share the backstory on this?
Well, I mean, I make hot sauce. And I mean, I've been making hot sauce, and I drunkenly decided before Guardian Con, I was like, I'm gonna make hot sauce and bring it with me.
A lot of it.
And so I made a batch of hot sauce, and I brought it, and I gave it away, and everybody was like, this is amazing. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe.
You should charge.
Yeah, maybe I should make this a thing. And so I was miserable at my former job, and I was like, oh, super passionate about maybe trying to find an out, right? And then I got this new job, and it's been good, and like the community management position, which is really good. And well, I was in California, and it's just, I mean, I wish I could continue with it, but I'm just right now, it just has to be on pause. Like maybe one day, like I think maybe next year I'll reevaluate making it a bigger thing, but for now, I think it's gonna be mostly like bartering, like, hey, I made batches of hot sauce, like let me know, do you want to trade? Like if an artist wants to trade, I'll trade. If somebody, I'll like bring it with me to farmer's market and be like, do you want to trade for a loaf of bread, sir?
Right. And to be fair, like you're working on finding a new normal.
Yes.
This is because you have so many new things in your
Yeah.
life. Your life is taking a different shape. So
Yeah.
Any variables that you can like truncate, you got to do that.
Yeah,
You have to.
exactly. And also it's like this time of year where I sort of take everything that I'm doing in my life and I prioritize, and I think about the things that maybe I wanted to do or want to accomplish in the next year, hopefully, and I arrange it by priority. And that's kind of how streaming fell off, right? Was that when I took a look at the big picture of everything I wanted to accomplish in my life, like streaming was like no longer had a place, unfortunately. And like it wasn't that I didn't like streaming as much like anymore. I couldn't do like the 4 to 8 hour like streams or even longer that people do. Like it was not bringing me joy, and so it just fell off.
And that makes it an easy decision, though. If you're not happy doing something and
Yeah.
you have and it's possible to stop doing that thing that is joyless, then you stop doing it.
Yep. And the thing, like yeah, I filled my plate with things that made me happy, and streaming just
And
wasn't
content
there.
creation in general, I think, is hilarious because if you were to walk into your buddy's apartment and see him banging his head off of an anvil for 8 hours a day, you would immediately grab his head and be like, why are you doing that? It brings you nothing but pain. Well, it'll eventually work out. No, this is not how that works. That's what content creation is. If you don't enjoy it,
Yeah.
people think it's just gonna happen for them or something.
Yeah.
You have to enjoy being in front of the camera. You have to enjoy just doing what you're doing. Like if you're out there creating content with games,
Yeah.
you don't like the games you're playing, fucking stop. Like just stop.
Well-
if you're making a podcast, you don't like what you talk about or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like life is just too short.
Yeah,
to-
and
to-
like
to wait.
Zerwatch, where is Zer? That bit brings me a lot of joy. Like I love it. I love it. I love the community. I don't know what has happened, but in like the past past month, it is literally like, where did all like we've doubled or tripled.
Well, a lot of that, I think a lot of that comes
Like-
down to you've got returning players, you've got new players.
Yeah.
Zer is relevant again. So
Well,
I
and
think all
like-
those things contribute to that.
Well, and like I was looking at the analytics for the website, right? Which, and I like sometimes I hate to think about, but like if Zerwatch wasn't really there, I still think people would show up, to the like they're still gonna go to the website. So, anyways, but analytics wise, 85% of our traffic is direct. Is people coming in, typing whereiszer.com and showing up. Only like 14 or something percent is, organic search, and then there's 1% other. But it's, like that's fascinating that 85% of people like are coming, for the site. Like,
Well, that should teach people that's the power of a good URL. That's the
Yeah.
power of a good domain that is exactly what it's supposed to mean. Like if your URL was, "Where in the world today is Zer on Fridays net.zp. Like, you can't.
Well,
It's simple. It's direct. It works.
Well, and the thing is that the original owners, right? Because we're not like I mentioned this last time. Like we're not the original owners of the website. The people I inherited the website as their live content creator, and they were all SEO guys. So that's they had the URL, and they this is what they all did for their job was SEO.
Search engine optimization, Rick.
Thank you.
they have big brains and they figure out how to make Google find their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, I thought she was talking about Sons of Anarchy, and I'm like, that's not the right initials.
So Sony Entertainment Online.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
They're-
percentage of the players, you bet.
They're not. He's not wrong, but no.
but and
Not correct.
we'll have people that come in every week that are like, Xur is not relevant. Well, and we just have to be like, listen, you were a new player at some point, and Xur was relevant for point. Destiny is now free to play, which means there's going to be a lot of new players who Xur is definitely relevant for. So
Well, the thing is, that's a
simmer
much
down.
longer answer than say. It's a good thing I'm not on that website or Xur Watch with you guys, because if someone said that and I was there, I'd be like, "Yet you're here."
right?
So, no.
So, I told a story about a month ago of a friend of mine who got banned for having some inappropriate software on his computer that helped in other games, and so he had to make
not that inappropriate.
No, just he had some hack, cheating software for other games that didn't even interfere with Destiny, but he got tagged for being cheating, and so we had to blow up his computer, reformat, reinstall Windows, do the whole thing, and he had to start a brand new account just to be able to play Destiny, right? And the only way he was able to reclaim and get back to his stuff was Xur every week kept having that, exotic that he's like, I lost this before, and this is the only way I can get it back right now.
Yep. Because
So-
RNG sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were to purely rely on RNG
I
right
got-
now
I
without
got-
Xur, how long do you think it would take to get every single exotic that's currently in the game?
My-
I've gotten more. And what's weird is that I've gotten more exotics since Shadowkeep dropped than I had the entirely of Destiny 2 up to this point.
So,
I
Random
haven't played
drops of
Shadowkeep enough to know.
I have gotten the Crimson 3 times in a row now.
It was good RNG. I didn't say that.
I have
Thing.
good RNG.
Fuck both of you.
The very first week of that Xur was here, or maybe it was the first week that I could afford to buy the Faded Engram. I got after I got the Faded Engram, and I got a Fighting Lion. And then the rest of the weekend, I proceeded to get 4 more Fighting Lions. And I tell that story every single solitary week at Xur Watch when people ask me, "Oh, what did you get for the Faded Engram?" Or, "Are you going to open the Faded Engram?" I'm like, no. Personally, I wait until the last possible moment that I'm going to be online, and then I get it. Because I don't want to get it and then get the same thing over and over. Because it's happened. And it sucks.
There's a lot of veteran players, a couple of them I'm friends with, that forgot Xur was a thing. Because they're and it's just like a couple weeks ago complaining. I was like, I still haven't gotten paragraphs. I'm like, have you gone to Xur? And it was just like, fuck. It's literally the only thing you don't have.
Yeah, because I think that, if I'm not mistaken, everything from year 1 and year 2,
Right.
as long as it wasn't a quest exotic
Correct.
that is currently still a quest exotic, you can get from him.
So it's a good resource. It's a really good resource. Speaking of things, though, that you may have forgotten about, suddenly come back into the consciousness. The Vex Offensive made a minor shift today, and
Apparently, minor
They
minor
did.
is
Into it.
is the correct description.
I know. I was
I'm
gonna
gonna front
say
load-
Twitter.
Let's
I'm
get
gonna,
into it.
I'm gonna front load this with something very simple.
Okay.
The season's not over. If you're gonna complain about this, wait until the season's over and anything that could happen has happened. The fact of the matter is this: you judged anything in this season from the very first day, then you wouldn't have gotten the whole shebang bang, right? And also, if you were depending upon the final version of the Vex Offensive to tell you whether or not you liked this season as a season, then you weren't going to like it. It's real simple, guys and gals and guardians and non-guardians. So the fact that they changed a boss in the Vex Offensive, granted, did I expect more of a permutation? Yes, I did. Did I expect much more than we got? No, I didn't. Ely didn't. And it's fine. It's fine. That's my
No,
that's my hot
I
take.
disagree.
Let do hot takes now, apparently.
I disagree.
Okay, shoot it.
Okay, so the Destiny community has had an issue in the past.
Mhm.
We're all guilty of this, of managing expectations. This was kind of our fault.
Yes.
Because we were expecting something. Like, in my mind, I thought we were gonna go through a thing, and then we were gonna go to a place, and be like a mini strike or something.
Europa was finally going to be there.
Anything. It's the same thing. They, like Jim said, they swapped the boss. Is actually we two-phased. I did it earlier, right before the show. We two-phased the boss, which I was like, cool. But there's no specific. This is the thing. There's no loot. There's no specific loot.
Right.
There's no pinnacle gear.
Just kinda
Destiny's very easy. Put a gun in. It doesn't matter what the activity is. There is a gun you can farm. Doesn't matter what there are people. Green. There is a lost sector in the EDZ where you can farm a Dust Rock Blue shotgun. That's it. People have played that thousands of times because they like that shotgun. It was like a whole lot of foreplay for not a whole lot of excitement.
Right. All I was expecting, and it was still less than I expected. All I expected was for the gate to be glowing that first time you go through it in the tower, you get a cutscene, load you into Vex Offensive with no other changes. That's what I expected.
That probably would have been okay.
And,
There's some dialogue
This
from
is fun.
Ikora.
something.
I mean,
Even just the voiceover when you load in.
dialogue,
Anything.
and your ghost
Now,
has a
granted. Right. And when you first talk to her, she talks to you about what is going to be happening and stuff. And do I anticipate there being any changes between now and the end of the season? Probably not. I mean, would I like that to happen? A little something would be nice.
I would have liked them to have finished the actual satellite dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
You know,
even fixed. It's
but-
like, wait, this is fixed? Don't turn that shit on. It don't look safe.
Right.
But we're also we're jumping so quick. And think about this. What's the dude on what's the yellow planet that has the Vex the shit? It's been growing up his arm and taking him over for 2 years and nothing's fucking happened. I mean, Asher. There's so there's like, there's so many unanswered little questions, that they have set up that are obviously at some point going to be answered. I think our expectation is we want it now, and Bungie's like, really, not yet, motherfucker.
Well, I think the community hypes itself up,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't think that it's necessarily Bungie really like dangling anything specific. I think that people just put on their spitfoil hats, and then they within the echo chamber of our community all start hyping each other up and hyping, and it gets to be this big, huge thing.
That game of telephone sucks,
Like that
$9.99
$9.99 thing that happened, right?
You have a huge imagination, both individually and collectively, and then you start to have this whole thing happen. And I have certain members of like my community that'll come into stream, and they're like, "Hey, I heard this." I'm like, "Where'd you read it?" Well, I heard it. I'm like, "Where'd you read it?" Well, I heard. I'm like, "Then I don't want to hear it because it's not true. Whatever it is, unless you can give me a source, I don't give a fuck, because you're gonna get yourself disappointed or in an argument with somebody about something that's not even an opinion or a fact. It's nothing. It's literally nothing. Why would you bother with that shit? Do it all the time, and with expectations. It happens all the time. This is just the latest example of Guardians getting themselves all fluffed up, and then the money shot comes and nothing. And it's what
There was no money shot. That's the problem, Jim.
Right,
I think people
it's a bunch of
there
blue
was going
shaders.
to be.
It's blue armor. Blue armor.
You know what it really
Two blues. Yeah, 2 greens and a blue.
That's exactly what I was about to say. It felt like the public event on Mercury.
Or was it
The
2 blues and a token?
It was 2 blues and something. So during the live stream, this is the most rewarding, public event ever, and no.
Right. The thing that's weird about me is that there's this whole the currency you get to buy like the weapon frames off of Ikora. And I'm like, here are all these weapon types that I don't freaking use, or I already have something that's amazing in that I don't need this. You can get an auto rifle, you can get a pulse rifle, you can get a hand cannon, or you can get a, I don't even know what the fourth one is. Cannon. Don't care. None of them are good. Like, they're not. Like, they look pretty, but who cares?
No, they don't. They got moss on them. Are you crazy?
Hey man, if you're a moss enthusiast, that is your jam.
I mean, as a legitimate Southern redneck, I'm not into it.
What, you don't watch Swamp Thing, dude?
I don't need camo in my space magic, bro. We're missing genres now.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying, there's got to be somebody out there that really is like, oh, it looks like a dead tree. I want it. At least one person. Just one. And for them, cool.
The South.
This is somebody's serious Cubs fan. That's what it is.
Oh, Lord.
And by the way, that's KaraLee in under 5 minutes.
What was?
This whole last 45 minutes.
Oh, my Lord.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Fucking hell.
she's broken too now.
Well, there's some other things that transpired. One-eyed mask, the nerf went into effect. So that's a thing. I haven't had a chance to play, so I mean, for all you guys who play Bottom Tree Striker, have fun going back to Hunter. I don't know what to tell you.
Listen. You know what? This all started when Bungie decided to give Titans an exotic that was worse than our broken exotic at its prime, aka Wormhusk Crown.
Nobody's disagreeing this.
I know, but like literally all
That
of
shit is
my
broken.
like anger is because it like boils back down to the fact that Wormhusk got nerfed so badly.
I didn't even care about the perk of One-Eyed Mask. I just got sick of seeing it.
Oh god, Ghostwire just says it doesn't go into effect until next
I thought
season.
I thought it came in today. Well,
What, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Whatever.
It's too long.
I agree with that. It's already been like a year and a half or whatever, like 900, a decade. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Around forever. It doesn't matter.
it's
Like
then
Forsaken, since Forsaken came out.
Yeah, my whole thing is every
Since
time I see
D1.
someone wearing every time I see someone wearing One-Eyed Mask, I go, okay, that's the guy I'm going to go after every single time, and just be in their face the entire match. I don't care, bring it on, because when that helmet gets nerfed, I have to go back to in the game.
and then
you actually have to think things through.
and then there'll be something else that we find out is overpowered, and that'll be the new thing.
Right.
Oh my god. There's always, you know what, here's the thing. This is kind of something that always frustrates me, is that there's always going to be something
Oh yeah.
that is going to be what people consider OP, because people learn how to use it and their muscle memory gets better, and they get better as players. So it really doesn't matter. The community will find a way, because that's what the game is, and that's how the game was built. It encourages people to find a way to break items. And so I think, and like, that's what I think what my tweet today was about, right? The one that kind of like people started to put words in my mouth about was that, like, we call for nerfs about things because some small percentage of people have figured out a way to make it broken and refuse to use anything else. So that's the amount of people who are very vocal, instead of just using something else, want Bungie to ruin it for everybody so that they no longer can use it. That's
well, another way of saying that from my perspective is people will always find something to bitch about in this game.
Yes.
That is the thing.
Whether there's something that's OP or not, people are going to complain. They're going to complain. And so I just start, and I have a filter in my ear, and you hear, I don't hear it anymore. I care. I'm having fun. As long as I'm having fun, I don't care.
Yeah.
If someone that I know and care about has a legitimate right, it's whatever. What?
I've been screaming for nerfs for almost 5 years, and warlocks are still a thing.
The whole class just go away.
Don't fucking at me.
Shoulder charge.
Don't stand there. Move.
You know how the easiest way to counter a shoulder charge? By backing up.
Ryan
backing up.
Ryan heard that from the bathroom. He just told me to go fuck myself in chat. Awesome.
But seriously, like for those of you like listening, we're joking.
Have you ever tried that though? Because I think you think it's a lot easier than it actually is. Like,
no,
I try to get away.
Play Titan.
I try to get away from Titans, and I don't know about but the lunge is like
Well, there's another side to that too, and this is the other half.
Well, I mean, like
watch your radar. Your radar. And as soon as you start to see red coming towards you, start backing up, because it doesn't matter who's coming at you. You're going to want to get some distance. That's kind of how that works. Now, granted, not everyone's brain works that way, and that's why I can shoulder charge 20 people. Right, it happens, right? Thing, I'm not gonna sit here and say there's an easy button to get out of it, but there is a built-in button on your controller or keyboard. On your keyboard is S, and on your controller it's pressing down on the thing. That's your counter for shoulder charge, if you have the situational awareness and the reflexes to use it. Not everyone does. It's okay. It's a thing. I get it. It's frustrating.
I don't want to, though.
Okay, remember we made Cole play a Titan the other night, and she was like, wait, I just got shotgun out of my shoulder charge.
I'm like, that works.
I'm like, that's the thing. That's where we live. On the end of a shotgun, Cole. Oh, no. And then I'll start being sarcastic. Like, oh, no, Titans are OP. It must be hacks. That never fucking happens.
Fuck you, Rick.
I admit, when I play Titan, when I do play Titan, it's really fun. Like, I have so much, I giggle all the time. Like, I really love the whole punchy thing. It's so much fun. And honestly, I can't seem to make any of the Titan hacks that I always bitch about work. But you know what? But it's not the Titan's fault. I can acknowledge that I'm a shitty fucking player sometimes, which I think a lot of people could stand to do. Like,
we have proof of being shitty players.
It's like, no, hunters aren't broken. I'm just a shit player when I'm not playing a hunter. Fancy that, right? Not actually being good at the game.
I had to play Hunter for 2 games the other night, and I don't like it.
Welcome to
you
being squishy.
You did 2? I remember 1.
No, I did.
But the jump makes sense. The jump and the movement to me.
That was the first thing he said.
None of that makes any sense.
That's the first thing he said when you were playing the Hunter. You were like, oh, I have triple jump.
makes sense. You jump, and it's like physics, right? You like jump, and then you can jump again, and like you go relatively where you're kind of expecting. There's like a funny clip of me somewhere where I'm trying to like jump off of a ledge onto another as a Titan, and I think it took me like 4 or 5 tries. I was really, really frustrated.
You should try playing a warlock. 4 or 5 tries ain't bad.
Oh my lord.
My whole everything just froze. I was like panicked. I was like, like, this is fine.
It was clear on our side, so we had no idea.
And I'm going away soon.
What?
I like my meme that I made. Do you guys like my meme?
The jailbaited or jebaited.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what's the thing called that people got you? You froze.
Oh, you're talking about the 999?
No. The one today. What happened today?
The portal in the tower, and it just in the Vex offensive they changed the final boss, and apparently the final boss in the Vex offensive is easier than the old boss was.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Undying Mind floaty Hydra thing from D1. I mean, literally immediately went back to circle strafing. It was like it was just like yesterday.
And no one's accounting for the fact that I don't know, you've been building up power for the last 2-3 months, and it's on a recommended 750. That has nothing to do with it at all.
At all.
The fact that we're not 200 power more than we were when we started.
Might have something to do with it.
I mean,
No.
clearly not.
Do we even? Okay,
No one
so
said anything about it.
being that we only have a couple seasons left, has anybody seen anything about what's going to happen? Like, have they said anything about what next season is?
Not at all.
I don't know. Like your what I know about Destiny lore tweets are like so like spot on. Like I don't know shit, So like you could ask me and I'd be like, you could come up with a completely false theory, and as long as you like, said it with like intent, I would like fucking eat that shit up, like hands like.
Here's what we know though. Here's what we do know. Season of the Dawn.
Wait, now I don't know if I should trust you.
Wait,
No,
what?
it is called Season of the Dawn. That's a fact. Look it up. But to me, that means it can only be about getting grease out of your way. That's got to be what the season's about. It's dishwashing soap, bro. What?
I mean, he's probably not wrong.
I can't refute it. I mean,
Gets grease out of your way, dude.
I mean, I have nothing. I have nothing to.
We have no evidence against that.
I have no information for a counterpoint. So in my professional opinion, that is 100% accurate.
Saying, dude.
Dish soap. You heard it
Why
here
I'm
first,
here.
ladies and gentlemen.
They got rid of Activision, so they need
Discussion.
the cash infusion, so they're getting sponsored by Dawn dish soap. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, the Vex are liquid living things. I mean,
Vex milk.
Dawn gets Vex milk out of your way.
it gets rid of like petroleum off of penguins. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fight me.
Christ.
I read a really funny thing from. Have you guys seen Lost Light? Where it's like they basically repost comments they hear in chat or read in Discords from like New Light.
Have not heard this.
Guardians have never played. It's called Lost Light, so it's just stuff that new players say.
Jeez.
And one dude's observation was, well, if the Vex are really liquid, that means they can't go uphill. So why are we fighting? There's a bunch of them. Like, they're liquid. They can't go uphill. Water flows downhill.
Yeah.
Why are we
They call
fighting?
this Vex milk. Why don't we wait for these motherfuckers to curdle? You know,
Just build a levee. We win.
Vex cottage cheese, Vex pudding, Vex custard.
I just know
cheesecake,
that
I'm
the one dumb question that I asked was I posted on Reddit like, oh, I feel like it was the end of D1, right? And I just started playing. Like you got a level boost to 25 and then another one for 40, and I was like, I just started playing and I see these in my Postmaster. Should I use them? I don't know what to do. People were actually really nice and wholesome, which is
Back in the day, that was true.
not the norm for artists in the game.
It's a wretched hive of scum and villainy. You must be cautious.
I read a thing. Well, Bo's, his surgery went good and everything. I read a thing for him that he's like, I'll never use the Destiny app LFG ever again.
Oh yeah, I just saw that too.
I'm like, and I didn't have a chance to respond because I got interrupted at work, and I'm like, why would you use that?
I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, you realize
Fuck
you have
that.
like an entire community who absolutely adores you, and post on Twitter, and I'm sure that everyone would have been like, yeah, sure, I'll play. Like, I would have played if I was home.
And maybe that's the whole thing, is that depending upon the time of day, can be hard to get people to get on. Sometimes you don't want to like socialize, you just want to get a group of people and play, and that's what LFG is supposed to be about.
It's true.
I've had great LFG experiences, I've had horrible LFG experiences.
I've had more horrible ones than great ones in D1.
True.
I used the 100. The 100 I've found is pretty okay.
Pretty good.
People
I've heard good
seem
things
to
about
just be like,
It's
fairly normal.
it's a little tricky to get started with, but after you get in there and kind of get a feel for what's going on, it can be a great
Great
way
ease
to.
of use is bad.
So it's
What?
it's really not the ease of use. It's really just because they put you in a group of 100 people that are all supposed to be similar to how you play, the times of day, personality, everything else, and I don't know that their algorithm is exactly spot on for that a lot of times. So you bounce from a few groups, and what you find is like as you're going through and cycling through, that those groups keep popping up over and over again. So you'll get sent into a group, and then you'll leave it and go to another group, and then you leave that one, and then that first group pops back up as a recommended group again, and you're like, motherfucker, I said no.
Just gotta lie about your age.
Quit LFG when Galahorn became a requirement.
So
No
Yeah,
one in
I
New
know.
Light understands that reference. This is fine.
I agree, Ghost, about it's just not used very much. It used to be that like in year one that if you wanted to do something, you just would pop on and there'd be plenty of groups that had spots open within like the next 3 to 4 hours, and it's just not really that way anymore.
Well, I've had several conversations this week, which I'm very lucky in the clan that I'm in, but I hit the lottery. 'Cause
What clan
I
are you in?
I'm in Terra Australis, which is the Australian clan with the DDU
Aye.
guys, and only clan I was ever in. Our clan apparently does not run like other people's clans. Because I literally all week I just hear some of it's funny, but a lot of it's just fucking bullshit. And there's like power struggles and drama, and I usually have the same general response. Is like, if that happened in my clan, we'd fucking kick somebody out. Just like we have one rule. It's on the letterhead. Don't be a dickhead. It's like our only rule.
Yeah.
And it's like, not only don't be a dickhead with clan members, don't be a dickhead in Discord.
life.
Don't be a dickhead in some person's stream that we don't know and let us find out about it because you represent us. You can be a fuckwit, you can be a bit of an idiot, but don't be a dickhead. Don't just go and troll somebody for the sake of trolling somebody.
Yeah, don't be an ass.
You'll have a talking to, and if it happens again, we're probably going to boot you because we don't want to be associated with you. But some of the shit that goes on in other people's clans, I kind of get why the whole guided games thing didn't really pan out, because there's some fucking horrible clans out there. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah.
I have friends in them. I'm like, why do you hang with these people? Like, I don't even want to talk to them, let alone spend 3 hours doing a raid with them. So it's yeah.
Boop says,
I've had both types of experiences where good and bad, whether it's LFG or clans, and so
LFG is like speed dating for Guardians, and it's a risk.
well, and like, God, I hate to bring gender into this, but as a girl,
Oh, no.
Some
you're
guys-
Wait, you're a girl?
that split second before I started like giggling was like, oh, should I say something vastly inappropriate?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
do it?
Unfiltered.
kind of a
that's
thing.
the unfiltered.
Go.
Well, I know, but I decided that job and you never know. And anyways, mostly unfiltered, but what was I saying? Oh yeah,
as a girl,
some guys literally cannot, like, last night I was running with some people and they brought my gender into so many different things, like, oh, I've never, like, oh, I didn't know any girls who did that, like, who did whatever, and, you know, oh, don't want to be sexist, or I'm a feminist, and, like, I'm just like, you know, like, I just want to fucking raid, dudes. Come on. Like, can you guys just shut the fuck up already? Like, it was just, like, cringy. And I did Darwin Project a long time ago, and I had, like, I probably left at least half of the lobbies because I would get in and I would be like, hey, what's up? As, like, as a director, and you would have, like, 3 or 4 fucking 12-year-olds who'd be like, it's a girl! And there's even older guys who,
Straight
like,
back to orbit.
can't, yeah. There's also, like, older dudes who just don't, like, it's like they've never fucking, like, the idea of a girl on the internet playing video games is mind-blowing.
well, because they've probably never gone outside and seen one in real life, so
Right?
You mean they're incels?
this,
Oh,
this,
Call it what it is.
this,
I
what
just
is
bit
this?
my tongue so hard just now. Fuck me.
What is this mythical creature here?
I mean, I've said this before in here. It's been a while, but you know, like when I mean, female streamers especially, you know, it's public and you see like some of the shit they have to put up with. But I've been in those groups where, you know, you're in an LFG group and guys just start running their mouth because you have a female or two in the group, and it's just like, dude, she's here to talk shit and play video games like the rest of us. So can we just do that? It's like, no, she doesn't want to date you. She doesn't want to fuck you.
Yeah. Like, thank you.
She doesn't go visit you in your mother's basement.
She doesn't want your dick pic.
Like, and thank you for saying my voice sounds sexy, but okay, now let's fucking move on. Like, you know, like, thank you. You're obviously the first person who's told me that. Yeah. Like you said, it doesn't mean I want to date you. I don't think my
I
voice
remember
is
when
sexy.
I got
think
let-
it's
No,
not.
let that
It was
simmer.
off-putting.
Let that
I mean-
simmer.
It's great radio.
Spoiler
He's
alert.
the only person that heard that.
Right.
I
But,
missed
like,
it.
Oh, I said I remember when I got my first dick pic. It was awkward. Absolutely a true story, by the way. Are you into this? No, I'm not. Oh man, sorry. Okay then.
Well, I mean,
Go.
how long had you known Log before he sent it to you, though?
I mean, that's how we met.
It was. Oh. I haven't seen
No.
him on my timeline lately. Speaking of which.
I don't know what to
He's
tell you.
been taking a new portfolio of dick pics, clearly. That's just time consuming.
Well, no, I mean,
All right,
like,
Log, I love you, brother.
the fucking Twitter algorithm, right? Like, it's not like I don't want to interact with some people. It's just like Twitter literally does not put their tweets on my timeline anymore.
And that's why I use the mobile notifiers. And we've come full circle.
True, we have. Let's see, KaraLee in an hour and 15 minutes.
There you go.
Actual podcast starts at
However,
1:15.
that's right. However, if you want to come full circle and support us directly, way that you already do with your listening ship, that's not a word, I just made it up. We need to afford some new ones. And then to help us do that, you can go to destinyunfiltered.com/Patreon or patreon.com/destinyunfiltered. Buy us a vocabulary. And while you're at it, you're going to be supporting other content creations in the Destiny sphere. When we go to GCX next year, we're going to be showcasing folks that maybe don't have the mindset to showcase themselves or the opportunity. They're going to get to come down, hang out with us, do some content, have some fun, maybe sign a few things. You don't know. I don't know either, but we're going to find out. And if you want to support that endeavor, exclusive content of your own, go over at destinyunfiltered.com/Patreon today.
Woo!
Thank you.
Drop the mic.
Are we already at the promo time, Boop ass? No, Boop.
Oh shit! Oh wait. Okay, going back to what we were just talking about, female gamers. So after we did the charity stream, we went and play Rumble.
Oh,
versus
good
Green
lord!
And Cole.
Yes, this was.
Dude, we got fucking assassinated.
I've seen them. I've seen those two play in
up.
private matches.
Hey! Ava
Yeah,
the
I've seen-
Glamazon.
Nice.
10 out of
Keep playing
10
private
screen
matches.
name. 10 out of 10.
I won't. No, I will not willingly go against them in a private match ever. So, yes, I was.
Oh, it was all
legitimately
four of us
tired
in
of
Rumble. So it's Cole's
We-
playing Thermopylae with a wave splitter. So it's literally like the
We got
300.
baited into this thing so hard too. She was like, "Oh, I just want to take you guys in and play a quick game, private match."
Right.
It was like
And
all
that was
casual,
like,
like
"Good night."
yeah, all casual. And,
And you got your booty slapped.
oh, we got
No, it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Green's an assassin with a fucking bow. I didn't even think that was a thing.
Well,
Just flat out.
if you ever wanted to 1v1 me, you'd win. Anytime I play private matches with all my quests for fellatio. So,
Wait, what?
I basically, every time I die, I tell people to suck my dick.
Oh.
I mean,
Trying to get my head around this, but I'll allow it.
just go with it.
I mean, I'm going with it. It's fine.
I mean,
Hey, Amazon, I'm pretty bad at PvP. Well, thank you for getting us back on track.
Boop wants to know what just happened. We don't know, Boop. We don't know.
what just happened. We don't know, but we know that it's live and it's forever and it's going on YouTube eventually.
So, do we want to kind of round up the event from Saturday night?
Right after I say, someone clip what just happened, please.
What?
Clip that. Okay, go.
No, I just meant, is there any other thoughts, things that we need to go over regarding Saturday night?
I mean,
Charity, yay!
could you expound, or you just like
No, I didn't. Like, what other...
astrophysics? Go. The fuck?
So, just because we're winding down to the end of the podcast, and there's a couple of last-minute things we have to do, so
Why don't we open up the chat for questions? That's the thing that we do. So if you're
We can open
Well-
it and you can continue talking.
Welcome,
if you're
Elmer.
in the chat, we're gonna keep talking. But you're in the chat and you have questions or you'd like our opinion on something, type that in now, and we will answer it. And if we don't know the answer, we will make up an answer. And you may not know what's
Then
real and what's not.
We
These things
will
happen.
lie our asses off.
I don't even know when I'm lying anymore. That good at it. It's not a lie if you believe it.
Is that how that works?
I mean, Seinfeld reference. That's fine.
Kara, did you bring
your box wine?
Nope, I had a bottle. It was left over from. Well, I kind of took it from my mom's house.
So,
I went to my mom's house, had a glass of wine, and then
You
corked
absconded
it,
with it.
corked it, and put it in the trunk, and brought it home with me.
Trunk
so
wine instead of box wine. Got it.
a bullet
Free
away
wine,
wants
free
to
wine.
know, if Man-at-Arms is only on PC now.
No, the only time I'm on PC is like tomorrow morning when I'm playing with Log and the guys in TA, or if we're doing something. 'Cause otherwise, I'm on Xbox in bed, because that's how I roll. Yeah.
So,
It's just don't let them fool you. It's because the controller vibrates.
I mean,
No, I turned that shit off, bro. I hate that.
Sure you do. Sure you do.
I hate Rumble Shock.
I see you out here in these streets.
What's up, well, jewelry? Because like when like middle of the morning you start playing, you have a controller that vibrates. You're wearing a ring. It's like you don't want to hear that shit 3 in the morning. Turn that right off.
Yeah, you don't want any kind of rings that vibrate.
there's an undertone there.
Somebody's feeling like cheering. Go ahead.
I think she just realized what she said, and now she's...
No, I did. I said it with conviction. Like I said it on purpose, and it just
Yeah,
didn't
conviction
quite
is right.
land as well
Conviction
as I'd
sentence.
hoped.
Bow.
It just didn't land very well. So
The entire chat just froze in
just like
confusion.
all of the rest of my really bad jokes tonight. It's fine, guys.
I mean, it's cool. They're landing. They are. You're just watching the crash happen. We're just watching. We're letting it go.
It could have been
Which
worse.
is fine. Fire's healthy.
These wonderfully awkward moments is totally the best way to describe podcast tonight.
This may be the very, very last time you ever see Kara doing anything, ever. Say goodbye to her now.
I remember.
Hey, so when are you gonna shave your beard?
Oh yeah,
We're-
start that up. Go.
We're getting there, so...
I mean,
All right.
to my
You want...
chainsaw blade
You
bracelet.
can ask Boop to get ready to clip it so you can send it to wherever you got to send it to. And
Yeah.
be aware, when we say shave, we're not talking about clean shaven. We're going to cut the hair down and then trim. We're not baby
So for
facing
the
it.
people who weren't hanging with us the other night from the question.
Yeah, like I don't have a razor to.
Clarification.
Yeah, I don't have a razor, and I'm not gonna like do all that. But
How long have you been growing that
Wait,
thing?
wait,
a year and a half.
wait.
There we go.
Da-da-da-da-da.
It's
Hey!
it's for good cause, man.
There goes.
Yeah, just
How is that too loud?
It's
go
fine.
with it. Go for it.
Sounds like an Xbox controller to me.
Rick, you might want to get in on this.
Just go.
You guys can keep
Audio
talking.
listeners,
I mean,
No,
I
we're
would.
just totally enjoying
confirm.
this.
I'm enjoying the show. Just-
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so Ken
I wish to confirm
did-
the audio
oh, yeah.
is clippers. These are clippers. These is not anything else you might think it is.
I mean, well,
When we're enjoying this, it's clippers.
I would never. It sounds like they're dying. That the hair is so thick. Though.
Yeah. I feel like at this rate, it's gonna take all night.
oh, this is almost done. So I have these set kind of long, and I will trim this up more when I can actually see a mirror and yeah, do all that. So
No, he did use scissors first. He just,
yeah, I got 3.5 inches sitting here on the desk.
that's. And by the way, his wife is very happy because she made the cash donation for him to get that shit off his face.
So
That's true. But she would have paid.
Wait, what was
She
it?
did.
It's like wait, what was the movie where he had like the beard that was
Yeah,
kind
fingers
of...
coming out of his
No,
chin.
he had like a beard, but it like not a beard, but it was like this little tuft of hair but it was like really awkward.
this is gonna be fun for the rest of the podcast, having all this hair.
I might need more info to answer your question.
Yeah, I have
I
no
don't
idea.
remember.
I might need an actor, a genre, a year,
It's a comedy.
black and white, color,
No,
something.
that
I
would
need
be
more to go on. I mean, I'm good.
What century did it come out in?
Did it involve Muppets?
No.
Okay, so we can rule out
That
that.
narrows it down by about 8
Adam
movies.
Sandler.
That doesn't help.
Ah,
No, it doesn't.
Wait, hold
Eh.
on, I found it.
Adam Sandler in this is all the only clues we have.
And probably Rob
Right now.
Schneider with a wild hair
Here.
sticking out of his face because Rob Schneider doesn't get any other jobs.
All right, I found
That
it.
looks horrible.
Yeah, that was the first cut.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh god, we actually have a clip in Discord.
I have a clip.
All right. So, Kara,
Okay, then.
since the last time you were on, we have added a new segment.
Yeah.
And at the end of our podcast, we like to ask our guests 5 questions before we get out of here.
Okay.
So you have to answer each of these.
Okay.
Favorite food?
I like Thai food.
Favorite... Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Expand.
No, I like whenever anybody asks like, "What's your favorite food?" Like Thai food. I mean, but if it's like it's a single item, it has to be my mom's challah.
Legit.
Everybody's processing that right now.
Challah. Don't you know what challah is? It's like the Jewish bread that is braided.
I know what it is. I
Yeah.
said legit.
It is legit. It's delicious.
Rick is still processing this.
It's bread, I'll eat it. I'm in. Whatever.
So good.
I don't need names for the bread. That's bread. I'll eat it.
You just want to get your bread?
That's
Into it.
so. What is your favorite drink? Alcoholic and non-alcoholic.
Wine. That's what I'm currently, on. Loving.
Presently.
And non-alcoholic, let's see. Besides water, because everyone loves water, I'm really on a hibiscus tea, but iced tea, putting ice in it, and it's really
I
good.
think we all understand the concept of iced tea.
Or passion fruit iced tea from Starbucks.
That is correct. I'll award you 15 points.
But it's not on the menu. You have to ask for it.
That's okay. I won't.
What? Go to
I don't go to
Starbucks?
Well, no, I'm just saying that one's good.
I mean, if it's the only coffee I can find, then yes, I will go with the Starbucks.
Right, what's next?
What is your dream job?
Dream? My dream right now?
She got so happy.
So happy.
She's kind of like, I don't know if I want to share this publicly.
And she has now recoiled into, for the audio listener, she is now in the fetal position.
Hiding behind her microphone, literally.
Okay, go.
I think, okay, so not there's kind of two, right? There's gaming industry type, what I dream, and then there's the in line with what I studied in college dream. Okay, so the in line with what I studied in college dream is working kind of with or for a nonprofit, bringing fresh and clean water to developing countries. Because I'm a civil engineer, I studied water wastewater management as my focus, and so that's kind of the in line with my study stream. The gaming and the one that kind of made me super smile like this is would love to be Bungie community manager one day. I think it would be really awesome.
Watch out, DMG.
So no.
Deed, she's hunting for you.
Coming for you with impunity.
Well, I mean, listen.
But just you.
Listen, Deej one day has to be promoted, right? And then everybody else will be promoted, and
I
then
mean, not necessarily.
there would be a potential opening.
He's kind of hit the ceiling on that gig, I'm thinking.
No, no.
Pens-
Listen, that's not my decision. That's B's decision, isn't it?
Well, if you became a community manager, then...
But B isn't a community
What,
manager.
but would she let Rick wear the Shaq's helmet?
That's a different department.
I don't think that it would be my decision.
Will you
or
go
not.
in there and start
Totally.
kicking ass and telling people it's my
Totally
decision?
different department handles the Shaq's helmet.
What?
And I know the custody chain. That's fine. Looking at you next year. Coming for you,
I'll
B.
know that you're hired the day that Bungie starts tweeting out hot takes.
I'm coming
I'm
for
like,
you.
oh, Kara got the job. Clearly.
No. But that's the social media. I don't want to fucking do social media.
Nobody wants to do social media. We just have to.
But they
Yeah.
do.
No, but that's Griffin, I think, and I don't think that Griffin's community manager. I think he's just social media.
Story.
Yeah. So,
All
Bungie
right.
community manager is my official answer.
Boom.
That was a
It's
long.
my final answer.
Clip that. We were reposting it on Twitter.
Yeah, that was a long walk all the way around. All right. Favorite guilty pleasure: game, movie, music, and television. These are things that you normally would not tell people about.
Have you met me? I fucking share everything with people.
So there's an artist that singer that you listen to that nobody knows that you put on in your car when you're driving alone. There's a TV show.
I love sing the set it all free, all. Anytime like I'm feeling down or whatever, that one, the started my heart, dun 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 dun, got. Anyways, so that song, that one, and it's an Elton John song, but they did it in sync. Like those two songs, I guess you could say are like my guilty pleasure for when I'm, needing kind of like a boost in my life. Okay, so TV show, everybody knows this, and I'm not fucking ashamed. Grey's Anatomy, hands down, is my guilty pleasure. I've probably watched the entirety of the series like 4 or 5 times. Okay, what else? Game,
either video game or board game or whatever, just anything in the category of game.
I love to, like, before bed and whenever I'm bored or whatever, there's this mobile game called Unlikely Heroes, and you just like hit bad guys and collect resources and try to beat levels.
So Destiny?
No, it's called Unlikely Heroes. No, it's like it's board game-y, I guess, kind of. But okay, and then what else?
Movie.
It used to be Amelie, because I really love the music of Amelie. And now it's like kind of, I guess, Coco, because I really like the music of Coco. So I like movies that have really good music, so that I don't really have to pay attention, and I can play my other my guilty pleasure game on my phone while I just, because I've watched these things so many times. So
I don't know what either one of those are, so I'll award you 25 points.
Well, to put it in perspective, Coco's a movie my grandson enjoys, and he's 2.5, and he enjoys it for the exact same reasons.
I rescind the 25 points, and I award you 50.
yes.
All right, so last question for you. What's your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
Called it.
Fair enough. Good night.
Like,
It is also correct. I give you an additional 75 points.
By the way, the points are not redeemable for anything ever.
so it's like, whose line is it anyway?
It's like, fabulous cast for
Only
prizes. No,
less meaningful.
Not until 2020.
Oh
That was
Lord.
2020.
Don't worry about that. That's when you can redeem your points, but I'm not keeping track, so, go to the
Okay.
video log.
Yes, sir.
all right. I was waiting for it to expand on the fuck, but okay. I guess
Well,
we're
I
done.
mean, I can, but I feel like everybody kind of like
No.
agreed, and so I mean, it's versatile.
It's literally the only tattoo I have.
You have a tattoo that says "fuck"?
I wish.
Oh, I get really excited.
I could commit to that tattoo.
Oh, really?
It's really versatile.
It was just
I use it
cracking
quite
up on the inside right
frequently because the use of it, it can be happy, it can be when you're angry, it can be when you're sad. It's just
Verb, noun, adjective.
like I said, it's
Okay.
fairly versatile. So I like it.
Ugh.
Jim, do you have any questions? Nothing.
Done? That was the only
Yes.
question.
You have failed the physical challenge. God, we need to start doing that. Would you like to answer the question or take the physical challenge?
What is this, double
Wait, so
dare
what-
now?
what
Yeah.
the physical
Yeah,
challenge
why
is
not?
then?
They're not using
That's
it.
fair.
I don't know. I
That's
just thought of it.
You have to do a backflip between your desk and your green screen.
I can't do a backflip even if I wasn't between my desk and my green. I don't know what to tell you.
I give you a very graceful face plant.
Squats for subs. Just kidding.
Or are you? Tell me.
All right, folks, if you need to find us, you can find us at Unfiltered.com. All of our socials are there. You can go there and find us. So go find us. And if you want to find KaraLee, I'm just going to answer for it because I know it's at xoxoKaraLee. Follow her stuff, and her hot takes are legitimately awesome. I just don't want us to dig any deeper a hole for ourselves this week.
Why not?
Amazing, and we love you. Rick, take it away. Please take it away. Please.
If you're here, thank you so much for being here. We love you. We love your face. We love the chat. We like what this is growing into because it's its own thing. It doesn't make sense. It don't have to. We walk between the raindrops, baby. Whatever that means. Sound cool. Heard the Tom Waits song. I took it. Running with it. But I digress. If you're listening to our voice in the distant future, we appreciate all your support. If you're in Japan, thank you for the YouTube views. We're huge in Japan on YouTube. I'm just gonna say it till it becomes a thing, bro. I will will that into being. But outside that, next week I have no plan. Jim has no plan. We have no plan. Could be anybody here. It could be none of us. Could be four other people.
Just be
sitting
Muppets
here.
on a stick. Saying nothing. Muppets just staring at the camera.
Stick.
I won't.
Can we just do stick figures next week?
I mean,
I'd be down for that.
if I got the
Like,
cards
just put up-
craft time in, I'll do it. Fuck it.
Just put up a picture of us as stick figures, and then instead of doing the show, we're just in a different, separate Discord call, drinking and having fun. Yeah.
Just
Do
shake
that.
the stick every once in a while.
Yeah.
But outside of that, we're gonna try and do what we did the other night. Don't know when we're gonna do it and when the opportunity arises, but we're gonna try and do some live gameplay with each other.
Woo!
Destiny gameplay with each other. Looking at you, Elmer. Looking at you in the chat. I knew it was coming. I'm judging you. But outside of that, I got nothing else to say. You know where to find us. Here, staring at this camera, waiting for you till next week. So, I guess until next week. Well, we need to raid somebody. Shit, never mind. Fill in the air.
Who's? I don't even.
Discord.com/Patreon, Discord.com/anything you want. It's there.
I can't do a raid because I'm not logged into the right account.
Uh-oh.
This is a problem. Oh, please.
Abort! Abort! Abort!
Does anyone have an anecdote for the next 15 seconds?
Well, this one time
Yeah,
at
actually-
band camp,
Shut up, Jim. Let her talk.
Now you have Rick paused. He wants to hear the band
I'm all
camps.
the way out of it. There
no,
will
there
be
was
no
just,
raid.
it was just a joke.
Apparently there will be no raid because I can't do that even though I am a super mod. Awesome. Yeah, so I guess Rip Young Khan. So, well, there you go.
You
Ladies and
can all
gentlemen, until next week,
individually go.
Rip Young Khan. Have a good night.
Good night.